Okay, in this video we're going to look at how to do bar charts. In the previous video we looked at frequency tables, and now we're going to turn those frequency tables into bar charts. Okay, so let's go back to what we were looking at in the previous video, and if you didn't look at the previous video, maybe now is the time. It's marked frequency tables, and there's the frequency table that we completed from this set of data of all the goals that were scored in the Premier League over one weekend. So we drew up the frequency table. First of all we did a little tally, okay, and then we counted up the tally and we put our totals in the bottom column. So bottom row. So now we're going to figure out how to turn this into a frequency table, because I can now use this frequency table, the one up here, to create a bar chart. Bar charts are very tidy ways of presenting data, so it's a much neater way of presenting data. Now ideally you draw a bar chart in a maths copy with boxes. It's much easier to draw them in those types of copies. But if you don't have a maths copy and you just use a normal copy with lines, that's okay too, but it's very important then to have a ruler with measuring lines on them, centimeters and millimeters and things like that. So over on the right we have a little box on how to draw a bar chart. So we're going to use this little step guide to do this bar chart for this frequency table. Okay, so we'll come back to the frequency table in a second. Let's take a look at the first step first. Now, step one is we have to use a ruler to draw an L shape. Okay, so I'm going to get my ruler and I'm going to draw a line straight down the left hand side here. Now that's a little bit crooked, so I'll straighten that line up there. Now I'm going to draw another line going across, a horizontal line. Okay, that's the first step. So a straight line down and a straight line across, so that you kind of create an L shape. Okay, that's the first step. Now the second step is you use the lines or boxes, if you've got a maths copy, in your copy to number the vertical bar. So the vertical bar is this bar along here, the one that goes straight down. Okay, so let's zoom in on that for a second. What we have to do is we have to put our numbers in up along here. So the very bottom corner down here, that's 0. Then we have 1, then we have 2, then we have 3, then we have 4, then we have 5, then we have 6, then we have 7, and we'll go as far as 8. Okay, and where do I write the number? I write the number just on the line, kind of halfway above it and halfway below it, because that's where we're making our mark. Okay, so that's step 2. Now what's step 3? You use the boxes or a ruler, if you don't have a maths copy, to measure the width of each bar. They should be the same width and spaced equally apart. So first of all, let's see, how many bars am I going to need? I had a frequency table here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of data. So I need 6 bars. So I need to have 6 markings down along the bottom here. Okay, so how am I going to do that? I'm going to leave a gap down in the bottom left down here. That's going to be a gap. I don't put my first bar right up against the edge. I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to put it down the bottom here, in that box. That's going to be my first bar, from here to here. And because they have to be spaced equally, and there have to be spaces between them, I'm going to leave the next box blank. And I'm going to have my second bar here. I'm going to leave another space, because they have to be spaced, remember. I'm going to have my third bar here, in this box. Then I'm going to leave another space, and I'm going to have my fourth bar here. Remember, I need 6 bars. I'm going to leave another space, and I'm going to have my 5th bar here. And then I'm going to leave another space, and I'm going to have my final 6th bar here. Okay, there are my 6 bars. So this is my bar for no goal scored. This is my bar for 1 goal scored. This is my bar for 2 goals scored, 3 goals scored, 4 goals scored, and 5 goals scored. Now I need to see how high I'm going to make each bar. So this is when I look back at the frequency table in detail. So let's look at our first little column here, this one here. For the first bar, the 0 bar, I'm going to need to go up to 5. Okay, up to 5. So this first bar down here, down the bottom, is going to need to go up to 5. So I use a ruler for this. Now I'm going to draw it with my hand, but you should use a ruler. Up to 2, up to 3, up to 4, up to 5. And of course it's a bar, so I need to do the same on the other side of the bar. Up to 2, up to 3, up to 4, up to 5. And then I put a nice straight cap on that. Now it's nice to colour it in. Okay, so you can use a highlighter, or you could use a marker, and colour it in so that it just looks nicer and it's easier to understand for somebody that's looking at it. Okay, so there's my first bar. Now go back to the frequency table again. How high am I going to make my second bar, my 1 bar? That's going to need to go up to 4. Okay, so 1 is going to need to go up to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And straight across. Now I'll use a different colour to colour this one in. I'll colour this one in purple. Or is that pink? Kind of a purpley pink. So there's that bar. Done. Okay, now I'm not going to colour it in fully because I'm going to rush through this. But there's my second bar. Now I'm going to do my third bar, the number 2 bar. So I go back up to my frequency table again. And 2 bar needs to go as high as 3 this time. So go to my 2 bar, use a different colour. This time I use green. And I'm going to need to go up as far as 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to colour that in green. And already we're beginning to see how nice and tidy this looks and how easier it is to understand when we're finished this set of data, this piece of information that we've been given. Okay, what's about the 4th bar? How many games had 3 goals scored? Well, 2 games. So I need to go up to 2 for this bar. So let's get a different colour again. Let's see, blue maybe. And we're going to go up to 2 this time. Oops. Let me colour that in. Okay. And now for the next bar. The games that had 4 goals scored. Well, we need to go up to 3, don't we? So for our bar that for 4 goals, we need to go up to 3. Let's get a different colour. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And a straight cap across, and we colour that in. Okay, and now for the last bar, for 5 goals scored, we need to go up to 3 as well. Okay, so we'll get a different colour. This time we will get, let's see, what we are not going to do, orange. And we're going to go up to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember, we should be using a ruler for this. If we don't use a ruler, our lines will look very crooked. So we should try and use a ruler. And there is the last bar done. Okay, now what do you notice about that bar chart? Well, first thing is they're all spaced, because they have to be spaces between them, and the spaces between them are all the same. Okay? What else do we notice? We notice that there's nice straight lines for the bars, and that the top is nice and straight. And all the bars are coloured in with different colours. So that's that bar chart done using that frequency table that we did a moment ago. Now it's time for you to try a bar chart. Okay? So here is a frequency table also involving the goals scored in matches over a weekend. And you're going to do your own bar chart. Now preferably you would do it in a maths copy page like this one here. But if you didn't, you can do it in your normal copy. It'll just be a little bit hard. You have to be careful with the measurements. Okay, now pause the video now if you think you can do it. And I'm going to keep going through it to help you. Okay, so pause it now and start. Okay, so maybe you started. Now, what we could do as well is we could maybe make our little instructions here. We could bring those down so that we could see them a little bit better when we're doing our bar chart. And maybe that would help you do it. It didn't come down, so we're not going to do that. Okay, here it is. Here's the instructions here on the page as well. So you can use that to help you. Here's our frequency table and here's your steps. So maybe you've already tried it. If not, I'm going to get you started. You need to draw a line straight down, and you need to draw a line going across like that. Okay? Now it is better if you have the line drawn on the line of your copy like that. Okay, there's the first step. Did you do that? Okay, step 2. Use the lines or boxes to number the vertical bar. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll stop at 8. Now we need to go back our steps and have a look and see what's next. We use the boxes or the ruler to measure the width of each bar. They should be the same width and spaced equally apart. Okay, where's our first bar going to be? Well, we need a gap. We always start with a gap. There's our first bar, from there to there. We need another gap. There's our second bar, from there to there. We need another gap. There's our third bar, from there to there. And there's our fourth bar, from here to here. We only need 4 bars this time, because in our frequency table, you see we've only got 4 columns and rows, okay? From 0 up to 3. So we've got 0, we've got 1, we've got 2, and we've got 3. Now, let's look at our frequency table and see how high we have to make each bar. Remember, if you want to keep going from here, you can pause from now and complete the bar chart from this. Okay? You can pause it now if you want. I'm going to keep going. 0 needs to go up to 3. So we need to go 1, 2, 3. 1 needs to go up to 6. So we need to go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 needs to go up to 5. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 needs to go up to 2. So we need to go up to 1, 2. Now we were colouring them in, weren't we, with different colours. So let's colour our 0 in green, and our 2 in whatever colour that is. Is it orange? I don't know what colour that is. Brown maybe? 3 in purple or pink. I'm not very good with my colours. Sorry, this is 2. 2 is coloured in purple. And then we'll do 3 in red. Okay, so that's that bar chart done. How did you get on? Hopefully you did well, and well done for trying.